It's been some journey, I must say. We started off life as the Jez Matt show, doing and creating a very, very niche data staffing business, because that's what you and I are from, right? And over the last number of years, it's really evolved to be our whole ethos is to actually support and nurture the data community. So the business has changed no end since we started.
Well, the question was how, wasn't it? So if you think about our backgrounds, 20 years in staffing, looking for a unique selling point about how to build a capability of expertise, and then actually stumbling upon our first encounter with Big Data London, and having that opportunity of actually exhibiting at an event which would really put us on the map. That was, for me personally, that was something that was amazing, but also an amazing opportunity for the business.
I couldn't agree with you more, and actually a big challenge as well. It was a whole new area, a whole new space for us, but it's definitely been the right thing for us. And then of course, alongside that, your great brainchild of the academia service, aptly named Nurture,
which you know. I mean, I suppose from a USP point of view now we've evolved, haven't we? So back then it was about how do we get and build capability of data science, which would sit alongside architecture and engineering and analytics and data management, and how we were going to put all of that together. And loads of customers asking us back in the day when we were still learning about the market how we were going to help them with stuff. And because of our positioning, which we were fortunate enough to do really, really early, we were then able to become a different thing to what we are today. Which has been a challenge because of not really knowing what our identity was in the first year or two.
Right. So it took us at least 18 months of our business life to really understand who we are, what we are, understand the space as well. And for the last sort of couple of years since then, the business has evolved no end, and I'm really proud of our business model.
Yeah, it's actually a proper ecosystem.
It is.
I don't think either of us ever thought that we would ever have 3 different companies within the group. But all doing something that completely complements each other.
Right.
And I think we're really fortunate, and I think we work really hard at building relationships up with the practitioners in the world. Being affiliated with Big Data London and Crothers Jackson and all of the really, really good well-known vendors now that support what we're trying to do. Even though there's still a ton of work to do.
There's a ton of work to do, but also, our core knowledge, especially in that staffing space, that can actually funnel and feed all of these projects that we're undertaking as well. Really exciting, loving it. But you know what what Jez and I are really proud of as well is the fact that we've actually really created this business under the radar, really. We've not gone to market and really shouted about it.
No.
Really haven't. And now we're really gonna, get out there and really let the UK and the world know who we are and what we're about and what we really bring. And it really is different.
I think it's something special to have an ecosystem of professional services, vendor technology, projects working alongside a recruitment business which is building the capability to deliver all this stuff. But then I think most proud some of the outreach stuff that we've been doing. Our affiliation with Camden, Camden Learning, the university, 11 universities now. That's pretty amazing. The cohort is nearly 100 that we're actually involved with. The nurture program's going from strength to strength. So that's been pretty amazing. And of course this week we've got Data Talks.
Second one.
Second one, which is, alongside Crothers Jackson and Big Data London, which couldn't be prouder of that.
That's right. That's right.
But one thing I was going to say to you, like, if you think about it, the last 3 years, what's been the biggest challenges for us? Because I've got a few on my mind.
A number. For me, it's actually 20 years in staffing to then, over the course of 3 years, fully understand, fully get consulting, a whole new piece around academia. That was the biggest challenge for me. It's a rewarding challenge, definitely. But that for me was the biggest learning curve. And also, of course, running my own business. Which, let's be honest, that's a huge challenge in itself. But yeah, they were probably two of the big ones for me.
Yeah, I think you're right, running your own business. I think one of the things that was said to us in the early days was you might be really, really good at what you do, but you shouldn't expect yourself to know how to run a company.
Correct.
And it gives you, I think when you reflect and you look at other people that have built businesses, you have an awful amount of respect for exactly what they've gone through, because we've gone through our own journey. And now we're looking at our values, we're upping our game in how we're managing the team, and we've had some serious challenges over the last 3 years, you know, with all of that stuff, but we're through that hard point. Thank God to some support.
Mark over next year has been amazing for us. You know, we've been a quick, aggressive growing startup, let's be honest. It was you and I just shy of 4 years ago, and now look.
Yeah, you know, 4.5 million now.
4.5 million turnover, these amazing services, 20 people in the business, 40 consultants out.
And it's time to tell the world.
It is.
And
that's absolutely right. We've done that without really telling the world about it. So we're itching to get out there and tell everyone exactly who we are and what we do. Hopefully take the model over to the States at some point as well.
And the rest of Europe.
And the rest of Europe. Germany being a really big part of the business right now. Holland is hot on our radar.
Yeah, we've already done business in the Nordics back in the day. I mean, we've got an amazing opportunity ahead now. I think the market's right, and I think they're all getting to know us now, aren't they?
They are.
And that's just getting better, so crack on 2019.
I'll 21. It's going to be some journey.
Well, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.